Welcome to another episode of From the Hatchback. For my subscribers, welcome back. If this is your first time tuning in, how's it going? So I wanted to talk about a few things today, but I thought I'd go ahead and kick it off with my recent involvement with RalliTek. For those of you who don't know, RalliTek is a Subaru off-road parts store, and they also have PRE Racing in the same building. So they do rally stuff, general off-road stuff, as well as track racing stuff. So if you guys are into souping up your Subaru, check those guys out because I guarantee they probably have a part that you want. Anyway, I contacted them a while back about doing a possible partnership with them. I went up and talked with the RalliTek guys in person, and they really liked some of the ideas that I had, and so they have agreed to work with me, put some parts on my car, and in return I'll be doing some videos for them, install videos on the RalliTek channel, as well as going out with them and shooting some trail videos. So I'll be shooting and editing the footage for the RalliTek videos coming up, and also be doing some RalliTek footage on my own channel as well. I'm really excited about the partnership, and I hope you guys are excited about the upcoming footage that is going to be involved with that, and all the awesome trail footage that I'm going to be able to do after I get the parts on there. So yeah, thanks to the guys over at RalliTek, Tim and Scott. You guys have been awesome. So the hashtag TAZ cleanup event is this weekend. That's March 13th, 14th, 2021. From 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days. That's out here in the Bryce Creek area in Oregon. I'd love for you guys to make it out, but again, if you can't make it out to this area, you can always go out to whatever area is near and dear to you, take a picture of yourself picking up trash, and post it to any social media with the hashtag TAZ_cleanup, and I'll be able to see you out there doing your part. So again, that's this weekend, March 13th and 14th. If you guys like, go ahead and come out. If not, I totally understand. Either way, I hope you guys join us in helping clean up our public lands. Thank you. I also wanted to talk about the recent installs that I've done. I've installed a lot of lights and this vinyl wrap as well on the hood. So I'll go ahead and get right into it. All the lights that I chose are Auxbeam. I really liked the Auxbeam 32-inch flood combo light bar that I have for the roof, and it seems to really spread the light out really well, and I haven't had any issues with it. So the other thing is it's budget friendly. So I went ahead and went with the Auxbeam side shooter side lights for my ditch lights. And I got another 12-inch Auxbeam light bar for the front. I also got some Auxbeam flood pods for my rear backup lights, and I have two more that I'm going to be mounting side facing for camp setup and stuff like that. I haven't installed those yet, but I have them, and they're going to be installed here pretty soon. So the reason why I went ahead and installed this black vinyl on the hood was mainly for the light bar. When I use the light bar and it's dark outside with this bright white hood, trying to film anything from inside, it completely destroys the shot and makes the lights look really dim outside the vehicle. And so I'm hoping that this black vinyl on the hood will help correct that issue with the camera correcting for the white balance. So that's why I installed this. It's not good at all. It's got wrinkles in it and bubbles, and it's basically just a really terrible install job. But for my first time, I'm really proud of it. Anyway, I'm also going to take this opportunity to show off some of the cool things that the switch panel can do again, now that I have a bunch of lights hooked up to it. And so I'm going to pick up the camera and we'll walk around, and I'm going to turn all the lights on and you can see the crazy stuff that it does. So anyone with a light flashing sensitivity, you should probably look away right now. So as you can see, now that I have the front light, the ditch lights, and the roof rack light on there, I can set them all up to strobe. And so if you were out on a trail or something like that and you needed help, you could turn all your light bars onto strobe. There's also emergency strobe settings that you can do. And you can also do that for the rear lights. So it doesn't matter what side of the vehicle people are on, you can have all of your lights strobing if you are in need of assistance. So yeah, there's a lot of different functions that you can do with the switch panel, but I just wanted to show you guys all the lights that I installed in the daylight and how well they work. And I'm really happy with the choices that I made. Auxbeam seems to be pretty good. I don't love their brackets. The brackets that they have are very flimsy in my opinion, but when you're paying, I mean, this was $37, I think. The side shooter lights, I want to say, were $38, $39, something like that. I mean, for the price, you can't beat it. I got the 4 flood pods for less than 40 bucks as well. So anyway, yeah, okay, so the mounting bracket isn't the greatest, but for a budget-friendly light, I'm loving them. I wanted to show this RalliTek rear license plate bracket a little bit better. A lot of people were asking me about it. Again, I threw some Auxbeam flood pods on here, which were actually too big for the bracket. If you want to put some pods on here, I recommend going with a smaller pod. What I ended up having to do was drill a hole a little bit farther forward so I could fit these bigger pods on here. But I'm one of those guys who's usually not slowed down by details, so if I run into an issue, I just find a way around it. So instead of buying new pods, I just went ahead and drilled a hole in it, which is probably not the best solution, but it worked. Anyway, I ran the wires up behind the bracket and up right here next to the trunk latch. I was trying to find a good means to get the wires through the back, but the way that they had intended it was to go through the grommet for the backup camera, but the 2021s have a hard plastic rear backup camera. And so I wasn't able to go in through here without risking hurting the camera in some way, shape, or form. And so what I ended up doing is going right next to the light, drilling just a big enough hole to fit the wires through, and then I siliconed around the hole on the inside and outside so it's weather resistant and I won't have to worry about it rusting or anything. So if you have a 2021, just kind of keep in mind that you're going to have to figure out how to wire this. Again, not one to be slowed down by details. I went ahead and just drilled a hole in my trunk. I'm sure there's a better solution for that. So don't exactly do what I did just because I did it, but I really like this. I really like the bracket. It's been fantastic for being out on forest roads and even just for being around town, because a lot of the times you're trying to back up in a parking lot and it's dark and you can't see the vehicles behind you. And so these make that much easier. So I also wanted to share with you guys why I haven't been going out and doing many trail videos. Basically, the dunes video was the last real off-road video I did, and I know that. I'm sorry, guys. It's not because I don't want to do it. It's because I went ahead and did my bumper chop, and when I did that, the plastic skid plate that comes factory on these, it was hanging down like right here, and so it was about 4 inches below where I had done my bumper chop. It was basically a gigantic scoop for air while I'm driving, which would have killed my gas mileage, and also it would have scooped up anything that I hit with my front end while doing any off-roading, snow, mud, rocks, stuff like that. And so I just didn't want to deal with that, and I took the plastic skid plate off the bottom there. But since I did that, I have no armor plating underneath my engine at all. I have the transmission skid plate that's factory, the plastic one, and I have a Primitive Racing rear differential skid plate that I just put on not too long ago. But I have nothing for an engine skid plate, and until I get that corrected, which RalliTek's going to be helping me out with that. Thanks, guys. But as soon as I get that corrected, I'll be doing some more off-road videos and trail videos, stuff where I may potentially hit a rock in the engine area. So I just didn't want to risk anything. This is a brand new car. It's a 2021, and yeah, I want it to last for a few years. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode of From the Hatchback. Again, this weekend we're going to be doing the cleanup event, and I also wanted to thank again the Weyerhaeuser Employee Activity Club. Thanks Ben and Cindy for helping out and for funding this thing. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to make it possible. Also for donating the Lane County Annual Parks Pass for the random raffle giveaway we're going to be doing. And also RalliTek, I want to thank you guys for doing the swag giveaway. Thank you, Tim and Scott. You guys have been awesome, and together you guys are going to make this even cooler. So thanks again, and if you haven't yet, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.